So Chorus Line is a fairly old musical in contrast to some of the musicals we've done in the past, and the premise is that it is a lineup, it's an audition, and we see the audition and we hear a bit about the background stories, and then we eventually see who makes it into the line.
I was born in Greenville, North Carolina on Groundhog Day.
Today the students are preparing for the performance which goes live tomorrow, and they are doing a tech dress rehearsal for the first time here in the space at the fire station. So the students work as a production company. They've collaborated on independent rehearsals. That's meant that a couple of students have led on that element to help the other students develop in the work. They've worked in small groups, they've worked individually, they've worked in larger groups to really make the show come into fruition, and it has been a challenge, and they've done it really well.
For the responsibilities of my dance captain role, it basically means that I've got to oversee everything happening dance-wise on the stage, whether that's choreographing, spacing, timing, just making sure everyone looks the part, everyone knows what they're doing.
My production role for A Chorus Line was assistant director, and basically what that includes is that we work on blocking the scenes for the show, do character workshops with them, and also look at their accents as well and work with them on that.
I am assisting in the lighting plot of the show. So that means looking at the production more so from an outsider's perspective, which isn't something I've normally been able to get as a performer on stage. So looking at it from a lighting perspective, it's sort of forced me to look at theatre in the grand scheme of things and the way each role and each element interacts with one another in a way that's honestly forever changed the way I look at theatre. My biggest learning experience is really learning how to collaborate effectively, learning when to hold myself back and when it's really important for me to step forward and to take initiative.
Being on stage at the fire station is absolutely amazing. It's a very different experience to being in the studio because obviously we don't have mirrors, and it's a very much bigger space than we perform in the dance studio at the university. So it is a challenge kind of taking something you've performed in such a small space and then putting it on to kind of double the area. It's been really fun just kind of putting everything together and yeah, making it ready for the audience.
The course is multidisciplinary in that respect. Musical theatre really meets the needs of our students who do have very different skill sets. So we often have students coming to us who would not necessarily say that they love musical theatre, but they find a way in and they really enjoy the collaborative process and the production elements of this, which makes for a really big, happy company.